And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to MotorMaster Monday for the main event here. Main event time for MotorMaster Monday. It's round 23 of the 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. It is the Safety First 250 here at Iowa Speedway. 22 drivers entering this 125-lap race. They're driving the Xfinity cars on the preset sliders with fuel and tire wear at times too. Jordan Dorosek of the 74 leads the race. We're riding right now with Robbie Racing in the 99 Toyota Supra. He's on the pole for this race, led the first couple of laps, but since then, Jordan Dorosek has taken the race lead and driven away, and that's Nick Francesco in the number 6 Chevy Camaro, running in third with Ayrton Frederick in the number 15 Napa Chevy Camaro, running in fourth. Kevin Tattersall rounding out the top 5. Josh Colm-Diaz, Brett Baker, Jason Doro, a couple of other drivers right there in 6th, 7th, and 8th, along with Stephen Corley in 9th and Bradley Gilliland rounding out the top 10. I'm NOSSCAR CEO Tyler McMurder, along with my two in-race reporters Cameron Norton and Alex Tesdahl, driver of the 1 and the 16 cars, and we're bringing you live flag-to-flag coverage of the Safety First 250 here at Iowa Speedway. Thank you to everybody tuning in for the show. 22 drivers out there on the racetrack. In fact, 21 of them are left on the racetrack. One is pulled off and is done for the day. In fact, it is Matt Smith, the 2020 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, having some sort of problem here. There you see him parked on pit road and motionless, and that's a heartbreaker. He was up there in the top 5, qualified well for Iowa, and it's one of his better tracks. There's a good look at Jordan Dorosek running in the lead, rather. I would say it's about a 7 or 8 car length advantage for him at this point. And yes, thank you to both of you, Cameron and Alex, for being here. Cameron, of course, former NASCAR Platinum Cup Series race winner. Alex, two-time NASCAR MotorMaster Series race winner and former Cup winner, actually, back in 2018. And yeah, happy to have both of you here with me. Checking in right now with, actually, one of our in-race reporters, Cameron Norton in the 1. We're working stage 1 here, and we think that these drivers can make it to the end of the stage if it stays green the entire distance. And what position are you running in, Cameron, and how's the car feeling?
It is very, very loose. I'm doing some driving right now. I got my workout for me starting in the back. I am 16th right now, and if we stay green, I think we can all make it, but if the caution comes out, I think we'll all be pitting to get some 4 fresh Goodyears on our race cars and make some few adjustments for sure.
I completely agree with you. I think if the yellow comes out, I think you're right. I think everyone's coming to pit road and getting 4 tires. But yeah, it's interesting to know and to note that these drivers can indeed make it to the distance for all of stage 1 if it were to stay green. And so far, it's looking like it might be the case, folks. 22 drivers out there, but they're all pretty spread at this point. And if you tuned in to the NASCAR MotorMaster Series race earlier this season at Iowa Speedway, it was very clean and very green. So we might not see much in the way of yellows in this one. Can tell you Robbie Racing is still in 2nd. Nick Francesco has scored in the 3rd position. Kevin Tattersall has worked his way into 4th. Ayrton Frederick has lost his position. He's back into 5th. There you see him. We're riding with him. Most NASCAR wins in the 2020 calendar year, and running in 5th in this race. Everyone remembers his NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win last year in the New York 200 at Watkins Glen International, and it's his first win in the Truck Series. He's got Jason Doro in the 08 black and lime green Chevy Camaro, new paint job for him, running in 6th just behind him. And the red car, number 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz, led a lot of laps in the race earlier tonight at New Hampshire and nearly won that one. And how about Bradley Gilliland in the 90? Scored right now inside the top 10. And riding along with Brett Baker in the 21 car. And there you see him, he's worked his way up inside of the top 10. He's now running in the 8th position. And it was a big moment this past Friday on the Left Turn Broadcasting YouTube channel, the 4th annual NASCAR Platinum Cup Series Daytona 500. 30 drivers, 100 laps, and When it was all said and done, it was Brett Baker driving the number 12 Ford Mustang Penske card, but for the NASCAR Steel Horse Motorsports team, and parked it at a victory lane. First career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win, and arguably the biggest and most star-studded NASCAR race and NASCAR Daytona 500 in history to this date. And it's a big moment for Brett Baker. He's been tweeting about it a lot ever since, all weekend, and right now scored in the 8th position here at Iowa Speedway.
I think tires are going to matter. I think we will see probably people come take just 2 rights and probably limp it.
Now the thing is, man, if they have to come to pit road for anything, they're definitely going to lose a lap. And you can see Jordan Dorsek and the lead that he has over second. I don't think that he's saving anything at this point. It's going to be interesting to see if
3
anyone
laps to go. It's going to be close. If they're going to want to pit, you got to do it now.
Few people might not make it the way the tires are looking for.
This is getting interesting. Yeah, we also see Ryan Schreck in the 19 is one lap down. So as of now, he's in position to get the free pass at the end of the stage. Pit road now closed. 2 laps to go. So if they're going for it, they're going for it. At this point, they just need to try to stay on the lead lap. And now it appears Ryan Schreck in the 19 might have a flat. He's slow on the back straightaway, but the leader has taken the white flag. Ryan just needs to beat him back to the line. So the white flag now in the air for Jordan, and the number 74 closing in on what would be another stage win for him here in his NASCAR MotorMaster Series career. 6 wins this season, comes into this race 3rd in the point standings. And down the back straightaway for the final time in stage 1, through 3 and 4 clean. Got about a 15 car length advantage over the driver out of Great Britain and Robbie Racing. And the green and white checkered flag is in the air. Jordan Dorsek wins stage 1. Getting a report, Nick Don Francesco might have blown a tire right at the end of the stage. He holds on for stage points, but that's going to definitely cause... I believe how NASCAR Heat 5 goes is if you blow a tire, it gives you 7 seconds of damage repair time. And if that's the case, he's going to lose some track position under these caution pit stops. We're going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter Alex Tesdahl for the top 5 in stage 1.
It would be J-Well, Robbie Racing, Napa Fan, K-Taddy, and NASCAR King.
All right, so the 6 car, despite blowing the tire, is going to hold on for 3rd. It's 3 points for him. Kevin Tattersall is going to get the 2 points. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 gets the 5th and final spot for the stage points, and he's going to receive that 1 point. How about Robbie Racing, qualified on the pole, finishes 2nd in stage 1. He's going to get those 4 points, and he's ready to go. For stage 2, he's going to be on the outside of the front row with Jordan Dorsek down low. No drastic change in track position up front. The green flag is back in the air. And you're watching the Safety First 250 at Iowa Speedway. Three wide through 3 and 4. Nick Don Francesco goes flying down to the inside, and he's looking for the lead down the front straightaway.
There's a wreck.
They're still 3 wide, all the way deeper in the field, and a caution has come out for a wreck deeper in the field. First caution of the race for an on-track incident. These drivers were able to make it to the end of stage 2 without having to pit if it did go green the entire distance. But now this brings the entire field to a slow, and I believe it's Nick Don Francesco, your current race leader, and I believe it was Ryan Schreck in the 19 and Trey Hollywood in the 8 car that were involved the most in the wreck, as well as Cameron Norton in the 1 and Trenton Krentz in the 36. And I think that's Bradley Gilliland in the 90 just in front of him. No, it's the 18 of Jordan Roughton. So a number of fast cars involved in this one. Some minor front-end damage there. You see to the number 1 Chevy Camaro for Cameron Norton. Double file for the restart. And a little bit of a shake-up up front. It's going to be Jordan Dorsek and Kevin Tattersall leading him to the restart zone. Nick Don Francesco came to pit road, as did Robbie Racing. They lost a ton of track position, and the green flag is back in the air. "22 drivers started the race. There's still 21 of them out there on the racetrack. And after this race, there's only 6 races until the playoffs begin. So the anticipation and the intensity has been building over recent weeks here for MotorMaster Monday. 21 full-time drivers still looking for 12 playoff spots. Anyone without a win and that's below that cut line needs to get up there and make something happen. And speaking of making something happen, here comes Ayrton Frederick in the 15 car to challenge for the race lead with Jordan Dorsek in the 74. The returning Ayrton Frederick has only made a couple of starts since coming back to NASCAR competition. Is up there mixing it up with the best in the season, or the best from throughout the 2021 season. He's running second. Kevin Tattersall side by side with Jason Doro for the 3rd and 4th position just behind him. The bottom lane is prevailing, it seems, over in 3 and 4, and then it looks like the top side gets a big run if you can do it right over in 1 and 2. Oh, up the hill went the 15. He finds the outside wall, and because of that, they're 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And Nick Don Francesco has a front row seat. Justin Franklin, Robbie Racing, Alex Tesdahl, they're all in the top 10, looking strong. Brett Baker in the 21 as well. Battles all over this racetrack. Oh, contact made there between Nick Don Francesco in the 6 and the 54 of Kevin Tattersall. Kevin had to go all the way up the hill. Contact was made with the outside wall. Those two drivers raced with each other in multiple different leagues. I don't think that was intentional, but Kevin paid the price. There you see Kevin Tattersall in the 54 just behind Jason Armstrong in the 12. Harold Burden down all the way near the yellow line. So many different lines you can use here at Iowa Speedway, and down the back straightaway they go. Again, folks, 22 drivers started the event, 21 of them left on the racetrack, battling for the lead, battling for the win. All 21 of them on the lead lap. Ryan Trek in the 19 was able to get the free pass. We just saw Trey Hollywood in the 8 car go all the way down near the grass, and he had to chase it up the racetrack and save it. He's stuck now in the middle of Josh Colm-Diaz and Trenton Krentz as they go into 3. Everyone gathers it back up. And here's how it looks up front. Jordan Dorsek, Nick Don Francesco, Robbie Racing, the top 3. And again, folks, how about Robbie Racing? Lone driver out of Great Britain here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series, running in 3rd, and he's got Jason Doro just behind him in the 08 machine. Ayrton Frederick in the 15, running in the 5th position. The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit. And don't look now, though, folks, but Alex Tesdahl has worked his way all the way up into the 6th position, one of our 2 in-race reporters. He's leading that 2nd group of cars. Stephen Corley behind him, Brett Baker, Dustin Franklin, Harold Burden, Kevin Tattersall, and others. All lined up behind the 16. Nobody seems to have the pull to challenge Alex, or do they? Here comes Stephen Corley to the top side. If they all work together, they might be able to run down the top 4 before the end of stage 2. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter, Alex Tesdahl. Alex, you're doing a great job running in the 6th position. How did you get there? How's the car feeling?
On the last caution, took 2 tires, gained a lot of track position, able to hold on to it. The car feels great.
Good luck to you, brother. Throwing it down to the M-Race reporter Cameron Norton. Cameron, you've been up and down the running order. You were involved in that most recent incident, but you also gained track position because you stayed out under that most recent caution. How's the car feeling? How many laps to go as well in stage 2? What's the plan for the rest of the stage?
The plan is just to get back up to the front. I just came off turn 4. The car got really tight and just hit the wall. So that's great. But all in all, we're just going to keep digging and fighting, and hopefully we can kind of gain something out of this. And there's about 9 laps left in the stage, so probably stage 3 we're going to go big or go home.
Yeah, I think take 4 on the next pit stop, and good luck in the final stage. Yeah, 9 to go here. You heard it from him. 8 to go as the leaders cross the line in stage 2, and the leader has a challenger for the lead. Jordan Dorosek has company. It's Nick Francesco in that orange number 6 Chevy Camaro, and this is big, folks. Jordan in the 70. Oh, we got a wreck on the back straightaway we're hearing, and it's a big one. Cameron Norton in the 1, Kevin Tattersall in the 54. Kevin was up there in the top 10, and this is going to bring out the second caution of the race for an on-track incident. Harold Burden.
Nowhere to go.
I think Harold Burden in the 39 didn't have anywhere to go either. There was a car right beside Harold that was involved, and I believe it might have been the 6-time NASCAR champion from NASCAR 15, Jordan Green, and it was. No serious damage to either one of those 2 cars, it doesn't look like anyways, so I don't know. There's only going to be a handful of laps left here in stage 2 when they get back going green, so I think that if you're near the front, you stay out. But if you're near the back, you may come to pit road and then stay out for the final stage. I don't know. This is going to get interesting. This caution is going to provide us with a little bit of strategy here, not only here before the end of stage 2, but probably for the beginning of the final stage as well. The green flag is back in the air. Ayrton Frederick and Alex Tesdall side by side. They're going for the stage 2 win. But to the bottom on the fresh tires goes Jordan Dorosek in the 74. Nick Francesco in the 6 is trying to go with them as they go into 3. We'll have to get an update on how many laps to go, but here they come to the line.
Free to go.
Oh, and Jason Armstrong in the 12 spun near the start-finish line. I think we're going to stay green. 3 laps to go in the stage. To the inside goes Nick Francesco. They cross the line to take the 2 laps to go signal, and Nick has the lead going into 1. Jason Doro in the 08 is trying to go down to the bottom and go with them. He's there. Oh, up the hill went the 74. He nearly found that outside wall. He kept his car out of it. And the white flag is in the air for Nick Francesco. He's closing in on a stage win. And could he be closing in on his first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win of 2021 as well? Through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2. Out of 4 clean. Nick Francesco wins stage 2 of the Safety First 250 at Iowa Speedway. Jordan Dorosek is going to just barely edge Jason Doro to the line for second, giving Doro the 3rd position. Stephen Corley 4th. Robbie Racing rounding out the top 5. Dustin Franklin was 6th. Brett Baker 7th. Josh Colm Diaz 8th. Jordan Roughton in 9th. And it was a drag race for 10th with Harold Burden and Ayrton Frederick. What a race we've seen so far. Let's throw it down to the M-Race reporter Cameron Norton to get his thoughts on the race so far, but don't forget to hit the X button to pit.
It's going pretty good. Took 2 tires on my last stop, fixed the damage, and was like 8th, and finished the stage 16th. So we're trying.
How many cars are on the lead lap at this point? 22 started, I know, but how many are still in the game?
21, and we're all on the lead lap.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm. Thanks a bunch for the information, Cameron. 21 drivers are on the lead lap and all on the racetrack for the start of the final stage. The green flag is back in the air. Round 23 of the 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. It's the Safety First 250 at Iowa Speedway. The second time the MotorMaster cars have been to Iowa Speedway this season. They're rocking and rolling through 3 and 4 now. 3 and 4 wide, deeper behind the leaders. Jordan Dorsek is the leader. We're going to go a little bit deeper in the field to watch some of the action as it all unfolds. Got an idea, and I haven't done this ever, but let's do a NOSSCAR crank it up. That's good stuff. Love the sound of those engines. They're flying. They're rocking and rolling through the final stage of the 23rd race, rather. 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season at Iowa Speedway. Jordan Dorsek leading the way. Nick DonFrancesco in the 6 car, closing in slowly but surely. Jason Doro in the 08 car on the inside of Robbie Racing. That's the battle for 3rd and 4th, with Dustin Franklin in the 11, rounding out the top 5. Josh Colm-Diaz in 6th, Stephen Corley in 7th, Brett Baker in 8th, Ayrton Frederick in 9th, Harold Burden in the 39 car, rounding out the top 10. Oh, there was contact made between Ayrton Frederick and Harold Burden, and it looked like it started a couple of corners ago, and it finished about a half a lap later. Harold's going to reset and keep going. It cost Brett Baker a couple of positions out of the deal, and now there's a bit of a gap in between the drivers running about 7th and 8th, and the drivers running about 9th and 10th. But it can all change every lap here. I believe we just saw Robbie Racing in the 99, our pole sitter, go way up towards the outside wall, and he loses a number of positions because of that. He now drops outside of the top 5. There you see him in that Toyota Supra. He's to the outside of the 22 of Stephen Corley, and that's the battle for 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Arguably the toughest challenger for the win here tonight against Jordan Dorsek in the 74, and now he's having problems in the final stage. Very well accomplished and highly skilled sim racer, especially on these NASCAR Heat games. And he's going to bounce back, and he's going back to the bottom of Stephen Corley and going to try to retake the 5th position, get back into that rhythm, and see if he can pick them off one at a time. Just in front of them, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 to the inside of Dustin Franklin in the 11. That's for 3rd and 4th. Josh in the 7 still looking for his first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win of the season. He's got MotorMaster Series wins in his career, but none here in 2021. He's got 2 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series wins on Tuesdays here in 2021, but still winless on MotorMaster Mondays. Would love to change that. The driver he's battling with, Dustin Franklin, looking for his first career NASCAR win in any series on a NASCAR Heat games. And it's been close a couple of different times. If you guys tuned into the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series race at Watkins Glen a couple of weeks ago, he won the pole for that race and looked strong all race long. Ryan Schreck in the 19 comes to pit road, and no other takers, it looks like. They're all chasing Jordan Dorsek in the 74, and just a couple of laps ago, it looked like Nick DonFrancesco in the 6 was closing in, but since then he's began to maybe lose Sighted the 74 by a couple of car lengths. These drivers will need to pit before the end of the stage if it does go green to the finish. Let's throw it down to the in-race reporter Alex Tesdahl to find out how many laps to go in the final stage.
I'm around the 50, I believe.
50 left to go.
And these drivers are getting about 35 laps in a fuel run, and they've already ran a number of laps since the beginning of the final stage, so we are looking at 1 to 2 pit stops, but I am thinking it's leaning more towards 1 pit stop unless they pit too soon here in this final stage, and they're all chasing the 74. Nick Donfrancesco runs in second in the 6 car. He's coming up on the 9 of Timmy Brown to put him a lap down. As of now, Timmy Brown is the first car 1 lap down, and he would receive the free pass if a yellow were to come. Josh in the 7 runs in 3rd. Dustin Franklin in the 11 running in 4th still. Both of them having a good run. In fact, the drivers running in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are looking for their first NASCAR MotorMaster Series wins of the year, as well as Robbie Racing in the 99 car in 5th. Oh, checking in a little bit deeper in the field. Up the hill goes Jason Armstrong in the 12. I think he had help in the process. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter Cameron Norton in the 1. Cameron, you had a front row seat for some of that. What happened there?
Looked like just someone probably came down.
Oh!
And, yeah, that happened. But
Problem.
anyways, it looked like somebody just had an issue or something. Probably got tight and made someone fight up the hill.
Thanks for the update. And then we saw again there a problem for Trey Hollywood. It happened just in front of you again. You're right there in the eventful zone, I think. And it looked like he got a little bit tight, went up, found the outside wall. There's a lot of damage to the right front of that number 8 purple and orange Chevy Camaro. Jordan Green in the white and lime green Chevy Camaro just went around a couple of these drivers. The 47 rim riding here all the way around against that outside wall pretty much. And making it work for him. Checking in on Jordan Dorsek. He just put a lap on the 18 of Jordan Roughton. See if we can see what the gap back to second looks like. And wow, we're getting a report. Nick Donfrancesco is in serious trouble of losing the second position, maybe more. 3 wide going into 3 and 4 for second, third, and fourth. This is exactly what Jordan Dorsek needs. This has allowed Robbie Racing in the 99 to close in, and now it's a 4-car battle, 5-car battle, 6-car battle for second, third on back.
Big wreck in
Big
the back.
wreck on the front.
Oh! Alex Tesdahl had nowhere to go, ran right through the grass and into the back of the 15 of Ayrton Frederick, and Jordan Green in the 47 and Bradley Gilliland in the 90 were involved. The caution is out for the, I believe, for the second time for an on-track incident in this race.
It'll make fuel strategy interesting. It's that perfect time.
Wow, and this really does throw a wrench into everything. How many laps to go does it say on your menu?
43, and we can do about 38, so we'll restart with about 40 to go. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, there's going to if you guys go green the whole way, there is going to be some drivers that do try to stretch it here, but it's not going to be easy. I think a lot of drivers are going to have problems with their right side tires before too long. It's going to be interesting. Pardon me there. And they're 2x2 coming to the restart zone. The green flag is back in the air. Jordan Dorsek and Nick Donfrancesco lead them now into turn 1. This is a second chance for the 16. Second chance for everybody, really, because here comes Josh Colviez in the 7, Dustin Franklin in the 11, Robbie Racing in the 99, Jason Doro in the 08, Harold Burden in the 39 is now challenging for the 6th position. It's the highest he's been running all day. It's become anyone's race once again. And we have a new race leader, folks. Put the number 6 car out front. And I'm not sure if it's a strategy that Jordan Dorsek might have to save his tires a little bit or save his fuel a little bit. But nevertheless, Nick Donfrancesco is out front. And it's the first time since stage 1 that Nick Donfrancesco has led laps in this race. It's been a while since he's led laps in the final stage of one of these NASCAR MotorMaster Series races, but normally when you see him do that, he parks it in victory lane, looking for that first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win of the season. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car, up there in 3rd, trying to do the same. The pole sitter, Robbie Racing in the Toyota Supra, number 99, running in 4th. Jason Doro in the 08 car, 3 wins this season, 2nd in the point standings coming into this race, runs in 5th. That's your top 5 with Stephen Corley, Dustin Franklin, Kevin Tattersall, Brett Baker, Harold Burden, Ayrton Frederick, and Trenton Krentz running 6 through 12. How about Trenton? Running in the 12th position, 2-time NASCAR World Champion on the Gran Turismo Sport game. When he comes over here to these NASCAR Heat games, he's still very new and inexperienced, but he's learning quick as he does with all of these racing games. And when you see him on Gran Turismo Sport, you don't see him for long. About a half a lap, maybe more. He's quick, folks, but when he comes over here to these NASCAR Heat games, he's still learning. But when we went to Sonoma for the NASCAR MotorMaster Series race, he ran top 5 all race long and parked it in the top 3 at the end of that race. So the talent is there. We've seen it. We've seen the glimpse of it. And we know that a lot more is coming from Trenton Krentz. 3 wide action here. A little bit of contact made even between Trey Hollywood in the 8 and Alex Tesdall in the 16. Down the hill into the side went Trey Hollywood, into the side of Cameron Norton, and now they're 3 wide just in front of Trey with Jordan Roughton in the 18. This is all battles for position. Just a little bit outside of the top 10. Whoa, Jordan Roughton went way up there towards the outside wall. This is all disrupting Jordan Green a little bit. You can see the white and lime green car running close to the wall in every single corner here. He finds amazing speed up there, but these drivers running 2 and 3 wide in front of him is really stalling at his momentum.
I believe that Highline it's got speed.
He's been running that Highline. Yeah, he's been running it since the start of this race, and there is some speed up there. He's making it work. Ryan Schreck in the 19 car was the car you saw slow on the apron coming to pit road for service. Meanwhile, back up closer to the front a little bit more. Just inside the top 10. Kevin Tattersall in the 54, Harold Burden in the 39, Ayrton Frederick in the 15. It's a 12-car pack up here. Pretty much all single file for the most part. Every now and then, drivers getting a run like Ayrton in the 15 just did, and they take a look to the inside and try to complete the pass. But for the most part, these drivers running single file, the top 12, kind of gap the rest of the field just a little bit. Cameron Norton leading the second group of cars in the 13th spot.
13th spot. 26 laps to go.
How many, sorry?
26.
26? Wow. They click off quick here, folks. 25 laps to go now as Nick Donfrancesco crosses the start-finish line. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 is reeling him in the battle for the lead. Jason Doro in the 08 car has worked his way around Jordan Dorsek for 3rd. And honestly, folks, I gotta wonder if Jordan in the 74 is lifting and backing off a little bit to try to save his fuel and his tires. Now running in 4th, and that's the furthest down the running order that he's been running since the drop of the green flag.
One's having a problem.
And Cameron Norton gathers it back up, heading into turn 1 now. Nobody else got involved in whatever happened there. He must have lost control coming into turn 4. Ryan Schreck still having problems with his race car. He's back onto pit road.
And right back up to the high line. Didn't work that time, but I'm still trying. That's what happened was I got pretty tight, hit the wall, and yeah, she went for a ride.
Getting a report from our in-race reporter. Got a little tight up into the outside wall and contact made, but was able to save the car. Lost a couple of positions in the process, but all is okay ultimately. Still rocking and rolling out there here at Iowa Speedway. Good battle here for position inside the top 10. Stephen Corley just took the position away from Kevin Tattersall. Ayrton Frederick in the 15 trying to do the same for 5th, 6th, 7th on back here. Brett Baker in the 21 car. 2021 NASCAR Daytona 500 winner. Right there in the mix with these guys. And the goal here for these drivers, you would think anyways, is to clear this hornet's nest, try to be the front car in this group, and maybe even get a little bit of distance in between yourself and the rest of these drivers. Start trying to charge down the top 4 a little bit in these closing laps. We only have about 20 laps to go in this race. Time is running out, and everyone's still wondering if they can make it the distance on the fuel and tires. It's a high-speed chess match at this point.
I think we'll have to make one short pit stop.
And we have a new race leader, folks. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car has taken the race lead from Nick Francesco in the 6, and Jason Doro in the 08's trying to go around him as well for 2nd. Dustin Franklin in the 11 is up to 4th, and he's reeling all of these drivers in. And the amazing thing about this is 3 of these 4 are looking for their first win of the season. Dustin Franklin running in 4th, looking for his first win ever here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. So there's a couple of feel-good stories that might develop here over the next 15 to 18 laps. But the prediction from one of our in-race reporters, Cameron Norton in the 1, is that everyone's going to need to come to pit road for a quick pit stop, perhaps right sides in a can or a half a can.
Yep, there goes Nick Francesco.
Wow, and yes, sir, Nick's coming to pit road. I guess just knew that it wasn't going to be done. It wasn't going to be possible. Alex Tesdall in the 16 is on pit road. Ryan Schreck in the 19 has made a series of pit stops here, and he must be really having trouble with that number 19 Toyota Supra. But yeah, evidently some of these drivers not able to go the full distance. We're going to keep our eye.
By the way, we have a new leader.
We're going to keep our eye on the front runners, and yeah, we're getting a report. Jason Doro has taken the lead. Josh Colm-Diaz has lost the lead, runs in 2nd now in that red number 7 car, and Dustin Franklin in the 11 running in 3rd.
Man, this is a good little battle for the fight. Race win.
We've seen so many different strategies in this final stage, so many different leaders in this whole race, so many different lead changes. I really don't know what's going to happen in this one. It's completely up in the air at this point. The drivers that you would normally pick as your top 3 or your top 5 are some of them at least are not up there at this point. And we could very well see a first-time winner here in the 2021 season, maybe a first-time winner ever for the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. You saw Robbie racing in the 99, slow, down by the yellow line on the front straightaway. I don't know if he just came out of the pits or what the deal is with him, but he was up there in the top 5 all race long, and he was the pole sitter for this event. We're just going to keep our camera on the leaders for now. We're trying to really keep our eye on the leaderboard and see where this all cycles through, see who comes to pit road when. You can tell Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 has started to lift a little bit and save some tires, save some fuel. And it's been noted that since the beginning of the final stage, that's what Jordan Dorosek has been doing in the 74. He gave up a top 5 position in the running order just to lift and back his speed down that much to try to make it to the end of this race. We're going to see how it all cycles through, see who makes it the entire distance, and we're going to throw it down to the in-race reporter, Cameron Norton, to find out how many laps to go in the race.
Coming around the tip line right now. We have, let me see here, we have about 10 to go.
You heard it, folks. 10 laps to go in the race, and time will tell if Jason Doro can hold on. And actually, folks, I think he just signaled from the back straightaway that he might be coming to pit road. He ran really low down there. Never mind, he's going to stay on the racetrack. But Josh Colin-Diaz in the 7 and Dustin Franklin in the 11 car do not. They come to pit road. They cannot make it the distance. Brett Baker, Cameron Norton in the 1, Ayrton Frederick in the 15. They're all on pit road. Jordan Dorosek stays out, so does Kevin Tattersall in the 54. Stephen Corley is still on the racetrack. Jason Doro in the 08 is going to surrender the race lead and come to pit road. Timmy Brown in the 9 just in front of him. And we're going to throw it down to the in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. Alex, who's the race leader on your screen?
39 car.
Oh, man. Folks, the master of fuel consumption and tire consumption is Harold Burton. Look no further. And
there's no way we were 5 laps short.
I was going to say, there is no way. Even he cannot make it to the end. He's coming to pit road. We've seen him make it unbelievable lengths and accomplish some unbelievable things on tire consumption and fuel. And even Harold cannot do it. He's coming to pit road in that 39 car. I believe this is going to give the lead to the 74 car of Jordan Dorosek.
Sir. Man, who's going to get it, man? Wow.
And remember, I've been documenting it since I saw it. I'm pretty sure he was lifting and saving, starting right from the start of the final stage or close to it. I think he saw all of this coming. And he might be able to make it. I remember, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really impressive. He started saving really early. He abandoned the top 5. And folks, if a caution were to have came out, that would have really ruined his track position for him. So this whole thing has been a big gamble for Jordan ever since the start of the final stage, and there's not many laps left in this race. He's letting the entire field go around him on the outside, working his way down the back straightaway now. And I believe that it's Kevin Tattersall in the 54 running in 2nd, and he's on the exact same strategy. They're both right there near each other on the racetrack. Gonna have to find out how many laps to go in this race. If you guys could help me, let me know. But
yep.
I know the 3 to go here for Jordan Dorosek in the 74. He's working his way out of turn 2 here, and the gap is growing between he and Kevin Tattersall in the 54.
54 might be out. He's slow in the back.
Yeah, I was watching him and I was wondering about that. And the question is, who's running in 3rd? Who would be the one to capitalize if these two can't make it the distance?
Joshua Colin-Diaz is flying through the pack.
I believe only 2 to go. It's either that or
it's
1.
It's going to be close to see who's going to make it.
Heading into 3 and 4 now is Jordan Dorosek in the 74. And I believe when he comes out of 4, he's going to see the white flag to signal the final lap. Jordan Rout in the 18 has blown a tire at the entrance to pit road, we can tell you. And the white flag has been shown to Jordan. He picked up his speed quite a bit there through 1 and 2. I wonder if he's confident now that he can truly make it the distance, because, yeah, he's trying hard to keep the 16 behind him, it looks like. Out of 4 for the... Out of 4 for the final time, Jordan Dorsek is going to win the safety first 250 at Iowa Speedway. Round 23 of the 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. 22 drivers entered the race, but the event belongs to Jordan.
NASCAR King went from 8 to 4. He was flying.
Get pictures of the results for me.
Alrighty.
Thanks a bunch. And what a race there. So did Kevin Tattersall hang on for second?
No.
No.
Who got second?
It was
That's Bunnies.
That's Bunnies.
And did Kevin get third?
No.
Oh. So Kevin really
He was
slipped back.
12.
Who got third then?
Give me a minute. Napa.
Excellent. Congratulations to Jordan Dorsek. 2 wins in a row, and man, that gives him 7 wins on the season for the 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series. He came into tonight third in the point standings, but he's by far got the most wins so far in the 2021 MotorMaster campaign, and he's doing great. Only 6 more races until the playoffs begin, and Jordan is certainly one of the favorites to hoist the big trophy at the end of the year if he can just keep doing what he's doing. Fastest lap of the race on these preset sliders goes to Nick Donfrancesco in the 6th, and I'm not too surprised. He ran a strong race and nearly won this thing. We're going to have post-race interviews with the top 3 coming up here in just a matter of moments. All right, let's get the post-race party started, folks. The driver finishing in third here for the safety first 250 at Iowa Speedway, round 23 of the season, goes to the driver of the number 6 Chevy Camaro, Nick Donfrancesco, and it was one heck of a drive for you out there tonight. You drove from the back to the front a couple of times. You led laps. There was times when I was thinking up here from the broadcast booth that you might have been the class of the field, really. And I don't know, just the final stage, there was so much strategy involved and drivers trying to stretch it and make it to the distance on fuel and on tires, and it just seemed to not go your way somehow at the end, but it was looking like it was going to go your way for so long. Take us through your race for us and sum up your day.
I think I had a pretty good day, or night, whatever you want to call it, but can't complain about the car. It was like really good. Like, it was, can't say enough about it. But really thought I had something to win the race tonight, but just came up short just by a few laps there. So can't complain with a 3rd place finish. So.
No, certainly not. 3rd place finish is a very respectful position to finish in, of course, and that's a playoff point here for the NASCAR point system. And you have 5 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series wins this season, if I'm not mistaken, but you're still looking for that first win on MotorMaster Mondays in 2021. You've come so close on so many occasions. This race was no different. Iowa Speedway's been a really good track for you. What is it about Iowa that is good for you? And what do you need to do to finally find victory lane here in 2021? We've seen you do it before in all 3 of these series.
I think I just need to find a way to save the fuel at the end, but and the tires. But I mean, I don't really have a way to. I don't know. This track is a lot different than some of the other tracks I go to on a daily basis. So.
It was kind of 2 tracks in a row tonight where you could run many different grooves, New Hampshire and then Iowa. Do you like tracks like that, or do you like do you like a tighter track where it is a bit more one or two grooved and it's a bit more challenging?
I'd prefer to have tracks like tonight, because they fit my driving style just a little bit. So if I can get tracks like tonight, I think I'd be alright.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight in the Safety First 250 at Iowa Speedway.
Thank you.
And that was Nick Donfrancesco, been driving here in NASCAR for a number of years, and he's one of the Triple Crown drivers here in NASCAR. He has wins in the Platinum Cup Series, has wins here in MotorMaster, has wins in tailgate trucks. Nearly got the job done here at Iowa Speedway here tonight. And moving forward with the post-race show, we have the driver of the number 11 Chevy Camaro, Dustin Franklin, finishing in the second position here for the Safety First 250 at Iowa Speedway. And Dustin, I was talking a lot on the broadcast, especially in the final stage, how you were closing in on what would be your very first NASCAR win here in the MotorMaster Series. And I knew from up here at the broadcast booth how much it was going to mean to you. Take us through the final stage when everybody was trying to save and make it to the end of the race, and take us through your race and tell us how you were able to bring it home in second place.
Well, talk about a career best in the MotorMaster Series, second place finish. Yeah, can't say enough about my guys, my virtual guys making pit stops. Best there is. Well, in stage one, okay, I qualified 17th, just to let you know how the night started. And lap 3, somebody hit the wall and cut my nose and spun me out. I literally did a complete 360 and fell back to 22nd, I think, and drove all the way back up to 13th to finish 13th in stage 1. And then somewhere in stage 2 or early stage 3, there just happened to be a quick caution, and I stayed out and got a bunch of track position, and then for whatever reason my car hooked up and I had speed. And in that last stage there, I knew after that last caution, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to save 4 laps of gas, and even if I did, I don't think my tires would make it, so I was just running as hard as I could till I absolutely needed to pit, and came down pit road past the 7 car getting on the pit road. Phenomenal pit entry, and was able to run down the 6 and pass him, and all the other guys that were saving fuel got past them other than the 74. I needed the 74 to run out. But other than that, man, I'm proud of the second place finish. Didn't expect it at all after qualifying 17th.
Well, you've been on a bit of a roll lately. You have a couple of strong finishes recently in the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series on Tuesdays, and it's starting to cross over here onto Mondays, and we saw it again here tonight at Iowa Speedway. What does that mean to you as a driver to have this kind of momentum, especially when the playoffs are just around the corner?
Oh, that's what my motivation is. I started the season kind of late, missed first 9 races or so of the season, just because I didn't even know what was going on. And you reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to run. I was like, yeah, sure. And other than the first race I raced at Talladega where I finished 13th, I think I've finished top 10 every race, and that gap to that playoff cutoff line is getting smaller and smaller, and that's what my motivation is. I'm trying to get in there and show these fools on here I can somewhat drive.
Well, you're doing that and then some lately, that's for sure, and you always have been. Congratulations on your second place finish here tonight at Iowa Speedway.
Appreciate it.
That was Dustin Franklin, driver of the 11 for Bruv Motorsports. A matter of time, folks, until he parks it in Victory Lane. But on to Victory Lane we go for the second time tonight. And honestly, folks, not many drivers can say that they've won both races on MotorMaster Monday. Jordan Dorsek in the 74 can say just that. He wins the Safety First 250 here at Iowa Speedway. First of all, congratulations on such a great race for you. You seem to, and secondly, you seem to have the fastest car for most of it. You got challenged a little bit by Nick Donfrancesco in the 6, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, Dustin Franklin in the 11, and a few others. But in the final stage, I noticed that you lost a number of positions, and I was wondering if you were trying to save and make it to the end, and I think that my prediction was true. First of all, was that your strategy heading into the final stage, and is that what you did?
Whenever there's a caution that came out around 40 to go, we have a tank that has about around 36 laps if you run to the full and your tires last. I had to go 40 laps, and fuel wasn't really the problem because I think I had about a lap of fuel left at the end. It was just tires, managing tires, and once I found out with about one to go, I knew I had a pretty good lead, and yeah, I just want to put the pedal to the metal. But I didn't want to win that way. I don't like saving fuel at all. But it's always when in those situations when you know you dominated the race, it's like, all right, now I got to be on the safe side. Everybody's going to go the opposite of what the leader does. If I would have ran my tires out, there would have been several other people saving fuel, and that's why I didn't want to end up happening after a good race like that. So that's why I had to play on the safe side and play the hand I was dealt.
What was going through your mind when you were battling with some of those drivers for the lead? Because we've seen you win in dominant fashion before, but this one didn't look quite as easy as some of the other wins that you have here this season in MotorMaster. You had Robbie Racing, you had Napa Fan, and Josh Combe-Diaz, and several others. What was going through your mind going 2 and 3, 4 wide at Iowa with those drivers tonight?
Yeah, my car was a little bit on the tight side on the early runs, and I found out that the 6 car, he had a pretty good short run car, but I seen after around 15-ish laps, he kind of fell off a little bit, and that's when my car came to life. It started turning real good in 3 and 4 especially. But yeah, it was fun. It's fun battling with those guys. It's good seeing new faces up there. I'm proud for all the guys with clean racing. Nothing bad against them, but it was a fun race in the first 2 stages. But I just hate how stage 3 had to end like that. I wish I'd rather been racing for the win, doing my pit stops and running the tires out.
With the playoffs getting closer and closer, only 6 races away, and with you being on such a hot streak like this, a high wave of momentum, how do you stay focused and not let the rust build up? Do you continue to practice and work on anything, knowing you're doing everything right and the wins are coming because of it? How do you stay focused and ready for every race, knowing that you're already doing everything correctly?
I don't really have any pressure because all I needed was that one win for the season to lock myself into the playoffs, and I knew the rest of the season I could just play offense, and that's what I've been doing for the rest of the season. It's been checkers of records, so I didn't want to either you're seeing me up in the front racing for the win, or my car's damaged and I'm in last place. But yeah, that's basically what this whole season's been about. It's been about just being all on offense, no defense, and yeah, we're here to go beat that NOCO's record now. Now I have got some good momentum. I didn't have a good feeling about it when I had entered the day with 5 wins, but now, yeah, I have a pretty good feeling about it.
I bet, and I asked you about that after your win earlier tonight in New Hampshire, and I bet, yeah, I completely don't blame you. Congratulations on your win here tonight at Iowa Speedway.
Thank you.
And that was Jordan Dorsek, driver of the number 74 Chevy Camaro. 7 wins here in 2021 NASCAR MotorMaster Series action on NASCAR Heat 5. And folks, he's only 3 away from tying NOCO's record for most all-time wins in a single season with 10 wins in a single season. That was last year on NASCAR Heat 4 in the 2020 calendar year. And yeah, folks, he's got about 14 or 13 races. I'd have to double check, but he needs only 3 more wins to tie the record and 4 to hold the new one. Came into tonight 3rd in the point standings. I believe he's going to gain 1 position out of the deal and is firmly locked into the playoffs and earned a lot more playoff points after tonight's 2 races at New Hampshire and Iowa. I'd like to take this time to thank my 2 in-race reporters for their duties. Let's throw it down first to Alex Tesdall, driver of the number 16. Alex, sum up the race from your point of view. How did it all unfold, and how did you fare?
Well, it was a very up and down race, and I brought it home about where qualified, so didn't quite have the speed to run for a win, but great night overall.
2 wins for you in 2021. You're locked into the playoffs. What are your goals in the final 6 races of the regular season?
Hopefully to find victory lane at least one more time, but I don't know. We'll see.
We will. You won Bristol. You won Dover. Good luck to you. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter Cameron Norton, driver of the number 1 Chevy Camaro for Timac Motorsports. Cameron, you're still going to leave here in a playoff spot in the point standings. What are your goals in the final 6 races of the regular season?
Isn't Daytona the final cut race for?
It's one of. If it's not the final, it's one of the last 2 or 3.
Well, I think you know our goal for Daytona, and that's to be really aggressive and just go for it, because we're right on that short cut of a line. We're there. The main goal here is just to keep grinding and digging. Our Chevrolet Camaro was it wasn't the best tonight. It was really tight, poor handling. I don't know what else I can say. It just really disappointed in the car tonight, but we tried gambling and just had no speed in the car. So from the last 6 races from now on, we're gonna grind and be aggressive.
One of these days, it's going to be your day. Good job on a good run tonight, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
And that was Cameron Norton, driver of the 1 Chevy Camaro. And again, thank you to both my in-race reporters for their duties tonight. They both always do a great job in helping me keep track of everything of what's going on out there. We had 25 drivers on track for the New Hampshire race. We had 22 drivers on track for the Iowa Speedway event. And it was an eventful MotorMaster Monday. As always, thank you to everybody who tuned in, and we hope you enjoyed our 2 races tonight. Jordan Dorsex swept the Monday, and yeah, we hope everyone out there is staying warm as well. Everyone's getting a bit of a cold front down in the States, and hope everyone's staying safe and working their way through that. And yeah, heart goes out to everyone out there that's maybe struggling with anything about that going on. Temperatures reaching down into the single digits in a couple of different states, including Texas, and we're wishing everyone all the best out there. And from all of us here at NASCAR, till next Monday, we say so long and stay fast, folks.